Namaste. In first part, I have talked about how to listen with all your attention without judgment. In second part, I would like to speak how to cleanse your brain cells. The brain cells which are heavily loaded by many influences and many forces. The brain cells are contaminated due to continuous demands, desires, pressures, stress, tensions, strain from all over. So the brain cells got broken, and when brain cells get contaminated, when brain cells are heavily loaded, then the capacity of brain is reduced at the minimal level. Then your brain functions only functionally. You know what functionally means? Functionally means it gets conditioned, then it functions within the field of society, within the field of family, within the field of social norms. It is only then living continuously in fear, when the brain capacity is reduced, what happens? Can you think logically? Can't think logically, right? Then your brain is the house of evil. All evil forces take over your brain. And brain is the highest organ in our body, which is the house for psychology, your motor for psychology. Psychology functions through your brain. The brain receives minimal energy because the vital energy is dissipated through fear, and living in minimal level is the very poor condition of brain. And your brain is always continuously in danger. Anybody can attack it and destroy it. It is already destroyed anyway when it is minimal. It's not protected. Protected only when your brain is only protected when there is the highest capacity of brain when is functioning. That function itself is the protection, because highest level of energy do not allow the other factors to come and destroy your brain cells. Now the question is how to cleanse the brain cells, whether it is still possible, because man has lived since thousands of years in minimal capacity. As I just said, functional level. Anyhow, to get educated and get job and get married, make house, collect money and pursue the social issues. These things are minimal. You need minimal energy for these things. But your brain has never enjoyed the highest form of luxury, which is joy. The highest form of luxury is to live without fear, fearless. And the highest form of luxury life is to live without greed. You know only to live with greed, which has consequences as a fear. Every greed leads you to the fear, because greed accumulates. And when you accumulate something, you have fear that you will lose it, right? So, greed, fear go together. To live the life of its highest capacity is the explosion of joy, Anand. Because Anand and joy cannot happen in minimal energy. It's very clear, isn't it? You want to be happy, and every human being wants to be happy. But with minimal energy, it's not possible. It is clear. It is similar like a person who has a very small amount of money, and he wants to buy a palace or a very expensive diamond. Then it's too small money. Therefore, brain cells should be cleansed from the accumulations. And what is accumulation? What you have accumulated. And how you can cleanse your brain cells, which I would throw the light in a minute. First, what man has accumulated. And through accumulating the things of the earth, what he has lost, what price he has paid. If you see the human brain, human psychology, you will see man has created his own prison, his own cage of suffering. And how man has created this cage of suffering, the imprisonment of suffering, the contents of sufferings are the desire to have more and more, right? More and more. To gather more knowledge, the desire to gather the more money, and the desire to gather more power politically, economically, religiously, industrially, at all levels you want power. Because through power you feel you are somebody. And nobody wants to be nobody. Everybody wants to be somebody to prove in this world. Everybody wants to prove something in this world of rat race, where everybody is running to get something, to achieve something continuously. And this is the accumulation. And this is the law. Once you accumulate something, then you hold on it. You don't let it go. Because then begins the fear, the other factor. Greed inevitably brings fear. And then fear to lose your power, which you have exercised your whole life. And the fear to lose your knowledge, which you are proud of. Through this knowledge, you feel you are somebody, you can have much power because you have much knowledge. Or you are very famous, prominent. Your name is very much known, well known, and you don't want to lose it. So you maintain it through holding your image of prominent. So you have fear. This fear follows you all the time, everywhere, deep down, and in your dreams. In this accumulation, you pay a great deal of price, and as a consequence, your brain cells receive enormous load, enormous pressure. The neurons of your brain cells, which are the unit of neurons, are the unit of your brain, get broken, destroyed. They cannot bear it. And then you can see the depressions, or then many things take place, many diseases psychologically and as well as physically. So I have thrown the light on the anatomy and how brain cells are destroyed. Since thousands of years, and it goes further. You pass on this structure to the new generation. It goes on. And then you get habitual. You get saturated with it. Then you'll become lazy. You don't have energy to break it down. Because to break it down, you need the pool of energy, excess of energy, which you don't have. It is only possible when brain cells are cleansed. And cleansed brain cells can gather the energy, the vital energy again. And gathering this energy is the breaking down of this structure of your self-made suffering. Now, as I said, how to cleanse your brain cells. And whether it is still possible that such poor condition of your brain, which is loaded, contaminated, put down, depressed, can still rejuvenate and regenerate? Can this brain still heal? For that, as we have started the art of listening very purposefully, why I call the art of listening is the supreme intelligence, because this can only rejuvenate again. Because listening, sound, heals the broken cells. If you can do one day, just listen. Do nothing, just listen. Every sound, morning, singing words, at home, all the activities at home, the sounds. And when you go to market, listen the sound of market. Just listen the sound around you first. One day if you can do it, however, it is not so easy. Even few minutes is difficult, 1 hour even. But everything is possible if you have interest and passion, and you really demand from your heart to change yourself. Then doors can be opened. So the process of cleansing your brain cells is to listen. Ordinary you hear, but you don't listen. And this is the difference between listening and hearing. In listening, you have to pay your all attention, and hearing is just biologically. But in listening, your psychology and physically every level is involved fully. And this listening is the holistic listening, and your cells, your broken brain can again be rejuvenated and can be healed again. It is possible. It is still not too late. Never is late. When you begin at any age, your old brain cells can become young. You can perceive again freshly. So begin your brain cells cleansing, the process of brain cell cleansing, and don't say I want time. As I said to you, that don't bring time in it, because time is the gathering of dust in your mind, in your brain, and your senses. Time covers up your consciousness through the dust of thought. So don't bring it. Clean yourself, and I will continue this profound series, The Art of Listening, the Supreme Intelligence, in third part. Namaste.